amazing organization, Empire. And one thing that I can tell you is that one of the reasons why I decided to start these calls is simply because, number one, I'm getting phenomenal feedback. And number two is simply also because I knew that we needed a space where we were vulnerable, where as women we were able to express our stories and just provide value for everyone, not only women, but also for men, okay? So that's the reason why I decided to do these calls. Now, the person that we're going to hear from today, oh my God, let me all tell you how everything started, okay? Why did I ask Nano to ask her to do this call? Let me tell you all why. When I first got started in October of 2018, there was a lot of, there was a lot of male leaders, but particularly this individual, she was like the number one female leader. And I always will look at her, and I would join her calls. I would look at her speak at events, and I will always love her energy, just her energy, her confidence. I'm like, you know what? One day I'm going to be like that. One day I'm going to have confidence. One day I'm going to speak that way with so much passion and certainty. I knew that it was going to happen for me just simply by seeing her. So I was always, and I would say it all the time. It's crazy. Me and my sister-in-law, you can even ask her. I would tell her, one day I'm going to do a call with her. I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I don't know how, but one day I'm going to do a call with her. And the fact that this is actually happening, it's a blessing. It's a blessing from God, truly. Because I know this woman, she's going to speak from the heart today. God is going to speak right through her. So we need to make sure that we take notes, that we pay attention. Continue to keep sending this link out to your team. Because I am telling you, I know I always say this in every call, this one's going to be like by far top one. Literally, like top one. And I know this because I know how she is, and I know how powerful she is, and I know what she brings to the cause every time she does them. So having said that, please allow me to introduce a powerhouse, a queen, a legend in this industry, Miss Chyna Bethley. I'm going to make her host now, and we're going to hear from her. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm nervous, by the way. All right, let me just pin her. Okay, we're gonna do this.
Hey, Queen.
Hey.
Hopefully you can hear me well.
Yes, I can. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'm super duper excited to be here as well. Super excited for you and everything that you're doing. So thanks so much, Julie, for inviting me. I could not turn down the invitation from Nano. I know he's doing some big things in the company as well, and has been so committed. And I'm just excited. I'm excited about your journey. I'm excited about where you are so far. Just a little bit that I received from you, I could not turn down. Being able to hop on this call and being able to really serve and just show up, because that's what it's really about. Half of the journey is just showing up. Half of success is just showing up, like just showing up. So thank you for asking me to be on, Queen. I know you wanted me to talk a little bit about my story. I know the company is growing. We have so many new people who've joined. Probably about 60% of this company right now are people who've been on board for maybe the last 12 months, the last 6 months. And so I'm going to tell a bit of my story. And if there's any questions in the chat, I love engagement. I'm not the type of coach or trainer that's just going to lecture. I love to engage. So the more lit you keep the chat, the more lit I'm going to be. And in fact, I want to encourage you guys to keep on sharing this out, get more people on, because not only is half of success showing up, but you definitely want to make sure that you are creating an environment that's conducive for the success that you desire. So those that you know, that you love, that you respect, that you want to see win, they need to be on this call too. One of the things that I can tell you as being, a woman
recording in progress,
really led some very strong organizations, is that men learn a lot from women, right? Starting with their moms. Men learn a lot from women. So anytime you see that there's a woman's call, especially if you have women in your organization, or if you want to attract women into your business, utilize that as a training opportunity for you to really see how you can expand even more. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and dive in. For those of you who are joining us here with you guys, I know some of you are sharing, and I'm actually on live as well simultaneously here. So my name is Chyna Bethley. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I'm really excited about this bold and iconic journey that I've been on in network marketing for now about 12 years. One of the things that excites me is that I found my passion, but also my purpose here, right? I'm passionate about helping God's people, but but my purpose is to impact nations and generations around the world. And I was able to find that inside of the industry that was really kind of taboo. Most of the people in my community was not encouraging me to join a network marketing company. In fact, most people in our communities are not even encouraging us to be entrepreneurs. At least 10 years ago, they were not. If you tell them that you got a job, they're excited because they see stability, right? But if you tell them that you become an entrepreneur, how many people are really supporting your business and supporting your product that you know and love? And so sometimes this can feel like a very lonely journey, but I believe that you really do find your tribe inside of these communities. And so this is why you want to make sure you're tapping in, you're plugging into the calls, you're committed to the process, because sometimes hearing the same information can make you feel like, oh, well, I heard that before, but maybe you heard it before, but when you heard it, well, you were a different person, right? When you heard the same quote, it didn't mean the same thing because you're now much more grown and developed. You're much more personally developed that it means something different to you now. So I encourage you to stay connected to personal development. A lot of times we look at the physical or monetary success that a person has, but the truth is the mindset, right? The mindset is going to determine how long the success is going to last. So I've been in this industry now for 12 years. I'm excited about really just changing the lives of people. This is the easiest platform, in my professional opinion, to be able to do that without having to start a business and deal with bringing on your own compliance team and building a website from scratch and putting systems and infrastructure on the back end just for operations to operate. When you get into the network marketing model, you basically have a business in a box where you have access to a micro franchise. And if you're not looking at it like that, then you're not maximizing what you really have in your hand. When I look at the digital economy is on the rise, is booming. So many people are learning now online. And now we have an opportunity for them to actually have access to the most powerful digital courses on the planet. Obviously, our foundation is trading inside the markets, but even going into e-commerce and teaching on social media, it is life-changing. And so I challenge you to know the power of what you have by staying tapped into the community and staying tapped into calls like this. And so 12 years ago when I got started, it definitely wasn't something that people in my community were doing. I didn't focus on my family members and friends. I just focused on making some money because, to be honest with you, when I got involved in this industry, I was just like most of the people that didn't believe prior to me getting started. So how could I ridicule them? With just a couple of months ago, I probably thought the same because I wasn't educated about the benefits of this industry. Once I became educated about the benefits of this industry, it was game over. And so when I got started 12 years ago in this industry, I remember telling everybody that I came in contact with about a product that I was really excited about. And that's the biggest thing. You have to be excited about the product that you're promoting. It has to be bigger than just money. If it's not bigger than money, then you're going to have times where you're not going to really feel like doing it. If it's about the product, and our product is so amazing because our product puts you in a position to make money. Isn't that amazing? Whether somebody decides to say yes to your business or not, you can learn a skill that nobody could ever take away from you. And you could literally make some money in the market if you show up for the product like you're supposed to. The product is a game changer. The product is going to put you in a position of power. The product is going to be the differentiator from those who are here in the next 12 months versus those that are here in the next 5 years. And so you want to make sure that you become addicted to learning, addicted to growing, and addicted to developing, because you'll see so much more value here. And so with that being said, when I got introduced to I Am Mastery Academy, this was my third company. I had been in the industry for a while. I'm big on my reputation. I'm not a person that's all over the place. I'm big on the fact that my assignment is to the people of God. And so my reputation being solid was really important to me. But honestly, by the time I made it to I Am Mastery Academy, I was really done. I wasn't interested in doing another company. I wasn't interested. I really felt like, after the work that I had done in the past, that maybe this residual income thing wasn't really real. I found myself, after going through breast cancer at a very young age, fresh out of high school. I was diagnosed very young, right after we had dealt with Hurricane Katrina. I was relocated from New Orleans to Atlanta, and we started to rebuild while we were in Atlanta, after just being displaced. I mean, we were young and ambitious. My husband and I have been together for a very, very long time. We've been married for 21 years. We have a 22-year-old daughter, and we started doing well very, very early. And so we were homeowners, fresh out of high school, business owners. He had a music recording studio in New Orleans. I had a beauty salon on Xavier University's campus. I mean, we were really doing our thing, and Hurricane Katrina came in and wiped it all away. And we found ourselves in Atlanta, literally standing in line for food, standing in line for clothes. Could you imagine being a homeowner and a business owner and finding yourself having to go to, these places, Salvation Army and all this stuff for clothes and food just to survive, because that's how detrimental Hurricane Katrina was. And so we decided to take the lemons that we got and make lemonade out of it. We were into music at the time. I had went to school for music business. My husband, who is still now an amazing producer, he was a producer. And we were like, you know what? We're in Atlanta now. This space is big for music. Let's maximize the opportunity. We always actually set a goal to live in Atlanta by the time my daughter was 5, and she was 5 years old. And so it's so interesting that if you understand the power of your words and your goals, no matter what happens, if you are really intentional and serious, some way, somehow that goal is going to manifest. And so by the time she's 5, we're now forced to Atlanta, and we decided to make the best out of it. And so we got into music really heavy here. My husband and I, we produced a music video, and we were really about to go into the direction of me being a recording artist and just on our way to the next level. And that's when I got diagnosed with breast cancer. And when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, nobody expected it. I was extremely young. It did not run in my family. What the heck are they talking about? And it just changed my life totally. But I can tell you right now, no matter what you're going through in life, no matter what's happening in your personal situation, God does not make mistakes. And every obstacle that he allows you to go through is really a blessing, even though you may not see it that way in that moment. He's preparing you for something. And I believe the strength that I was able to gain from being in that situation so young was so that I had a story, so that I was able to pull from something different. When you hear me speak and you hear the power and the authority in my voice and the conviction in my voice, it's because I had to go through some things to get to the point that I'm at now. It's because nobody gave me anything to show up to where I'm at right now. It's something different when you actually have to go through the fire to get to the point of your desire. It's something different. It means so much more to you. You value it so much more. I always tell my team that if there was only highs, you would never appreciate the high. If there was only the celebration, you would never appreciate the award. You have to go through the low valleys, the journeys, the obstacles to actually appreciate when you get to a point of success. So many people want to skip that part. They want to skip the struggle. They want to skip the obstacle. They want to skip the pullbacks. They want to skip the people leaving their businesses. They want to skip all of the challenges and just make it to chairman. Well, you won't have any value for chairman if that was the process. And if you want chairman for a long term, be willing to build it brick by brick. Be willing to build the foundation. Be willing to go through the process. I know what my goals are on my vision board. I don't care what nobody do, how they do it, what they say, or what they got going on. I am very clear and very focused on what it is that I desire in my heart. And so I challenge you guys to learn how to embrace those seasons, because that's the building seasons. Those seasons allow you to build character. Those seasons allow you to become more human. Those are your war wounds, like I have on me right now. It's a war wound right here, right? It's so much more beautiful when you actually have the scars of what you've been through. And so I challenge you guys that whenever you're going through life, journal about it. Whenever you're going through life, take those pictures. Maybe these are not the pictures that you post, but you're going to need these pictures for when you make it to the stage. You're going to need these pictures for when your team is going through something and you show them that you were able to make it out. Because when you make it to the chairman position and they see you, they're only going to see the stage. They're going to think that everything was perfect and it was so easy for you and there was no obstacles. And I'm telling you right now, everything that you're going through in your life, if you would allow yourself to learn and go through the process of pain, that it will absolutely allow you to get to the other side stronger and greater, having the capacity to hold success. See, here's what most people don't recognize about success. It is a heavy weight to carry. Nobody wants to hear that because y'all just see us traveling around the world, right? Y'all see us on these yachts. Y'all see us on these beautiful resorts and these beautiful villas. Y'all see us traveling to places like Dubai. Y'all see all of the first class lifestyle and you assume that, oh, I just want that. Well, are you willing to go through the sacrifice? Are you willing to go through the pain? Are you willing to go through the obstacles? Are you willing to have people that you thought were going to be on that journey with you completely disappear? What are you going to do when those things happen? So if you want to skip all of the parts, then you usually can't handle when you get to the point of life happening to you. And so I challenge you to learn how to embrace that. It might not seem pretty, but if you go through that process and keep your eye on the prize and know that the prize is on the inside of you. See, a lot of times, especially because we live in such a social society, we think the prize is the person you're looking at on social media. You're assuming that because she's giving you her best angles and her best lighting, that her life is perfect. The truth is the prize is already on the inside of you. Sis, we're waiting to see you on Instagram. We're waiting to see you on TikTok. We're waiting to see you on the stage. We're waiting to see you committed and consistent to your goals so that we can celebrate you. You are the one. You got to start to declare that. I say it to myself every single day. I am the one. If nobody celebrates me, if nobody shows up for me, I make sure that I show up for myself. I make sure that I'm committed to my own word. Sometimes we talk about having integrity and we assume that integrity is just us keeping our word to other people. But what about you keeping your word to you? What about you keeping your word to yourself? What about integrity starting with you first? How many times have you lied to yourself and you let yourself down? You got to treat you the way you want other people to treat you. So I dare you to love yourself differently. I dare you to love yourself deeply. I dare you to start to appreciate the things that you used to see as flaws. I dare you. I dare you. You are so much greater than what I believe you've been told. You're so much greater than what you've even told yourself. See, I believe that you must have a vision for your own life. If you don't have a vision for your life, somebody's going to give you a vision that's probably not going to be in your best interest. I know exactly what I want to look like. I know exactly what I want to smell like. I know exactly where I want to live. I know exactly what I want to drive. I know exactly what I want to eat.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text
I have a vision for my life. When you get that vision, you get it so clear. You watch the doors begin to open up for you. I challenge you to dream bigger, faster. Don't wait to see the manifestation before you get a dream, before you get a vision. I dare you to dream bigger, faster now. I dare you to focus on the remaining 50 something days that we have in 2022. Don't run out of 22 and run into 23 and think it's just going to be because it's a new year, everything new and wonderful. No. I challenge you to focus on this year, 2022, and get all that you deserve and all that you desire out of this year. I challenge you. I challenge you. You know, when I came to this company, I had never did anything like this before. I honestly wasn't at all interested in trading. Give me something with marketing or branding or beauty, not trading. I was blessed at the time to have already made millions of dollars in the industry by the time I got to this company. And honestly, I just didn't know if the people in my community would be interested in this type of a product. And to my surprise, there were people like Garrett Roberts and some of the other people who are still here in this company. Let me tell you something. I've been in this company for 6.5 years. 6.5 years. And those of us who are still standing stronger than ever because we're still a baby company, we're only 9 years old, is because we love the product. It's because we're committed to the process. It's because we are in it to win it. This company is already a $1 billion company, but we're headed to a $1 billion a year company. We're headed to creating so many success stories around the world. And that's why I'm telling you right now is your time to step up. Now is your time to speak up. Now is your time to show up. Get a vision for your life. See yourself on the stage. See yourself in front of the room. Begin to start the process. Don't wait for your leaders to just show up. Make sure that whenever life is happening for them, your hand is raised, ready to serve. You've been paying attention for so long and taking notes for so long that you can feel in those spots. Be willing to step up. Because that's the work that you got to do in order to make it to the stage. You might as well start now. That's the work that you got to do to acquire the success. You might as well start now. You might as well start now. There's no way to get out of the work that's required for you to win.
Excuse me, boss.
You got to build the muscle for real. That's like you going to the gym and asking somebody else to work out for you and you walk away with the muscles. You ain't walking away with the muscles, bro, if you don't do the work. You got to develop the muscles of consistency. You got to develop the muscles of focus. You got to develop the muscles of commitment. You got to develop the muscles of knowing how to overcome obstacles. You got to develop the muscles of knowing what to do when people say that they're going to do something and they don't do it. But you can't get mad at them saying that they're going to do something and they don't do it. And you say you're going to do something to yourself and you don't do it. You said you was going to get up early and you ain't did that yet. You said that you was going to do more presentations and you ain't do that yet. You said that you're going to talk to more people and you ain't do that yet. You said that you're going to be more committed to learning the skill of trade and you are right, but you could do better. What if you became that committed? See, this season for me is personal. It's personal. One of the things that I shared on a corporate call and I'll share with you guys is that God revealed something to me and it was so profound. I had never, ever heard this before in my life and it changed everything for me. You know, you hear us talking about frequencies and attracting at a higher level and vibrations because obviously we were blessed with the late great Bob Proctor being here really breaking that down for us. And the truth is, who would not want to attract at a higher level? Who would not want to be on a higher frequency? Wouldn't everybody? Don't you all want to attract the next Julie in your business, the next Nano in your business, right? Don't you all want to attract the next Chyna in your business? Who would say, nah, not me? I want to attract people who complain every time it's time to pay a subscription because they don't know the value of investing to themselves. Nobody wants that part. Right? But what God revealed to me is that your frequency is connected to what you do frequently. And there's no way to finesse the system. Your frequency is connected to what you do frequently, good or bad. And there's no way to finesse the system. It's not about what you know, it's about what you do. It's not about what you did, it's about what you're doing. Well, I know how to present. Are you presenting? It doesn't matter how many people show up in the room. Your frequency is based on what you do frequently, and there's no way to finesse the system. Sometimes you think you can finesse the system because you know about writing down your affirmations. You know about speaking your affirmations. You know about writing out your goals. You did it before, but you're not consistent, and that's why it's not showing up in your life consistently. Sometimes what you do is once you manifest something in your life, you stop doing what allowed you to manifest it in the first place, and you wonder why it evaporates. You must be consistent. You must be consistent. It changed the game for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I got away from doing this, just in full transparency. I got away from doing this. I got away from doing that. And when I got away from doing what got me to where I was, suddenly I wasn't there anymore. Most of you know what to do. There's no need for me to get on here and show you the blueprint for chairman. You hear that from any other leader, the phenomenal leaders that's in this company. But I believe what you need is on the inside of you already. I have the unique ability to tap into the gift that's on the inside of you and awaken it if it was dormant, so that you recognize that you are already enough. You are already enough. Let me give you a secret. It's so many secrets, and it's not even secrets. The secret is that there's not secrets, it's a system. The secret is that it's not a secret, it's a system. The secret is that it's not a secret, it's a system. It's a system. Become great at the simple things. Master the basics. Every great leader, great speaker, your favorite coach, your favorite mentor, they mastered the basics. Most people want to skip that part because that's the boring part. That's the boring part. You see the shiny suits and the beautiful dresses and the fancy shoes on stage, and you think it's all of the embellishment. It's the basics. Master the basics. Become good at inviting. Right now we have Orlando coming here in the States. Master the basics. Promote, promote, promote. The highest thing that you're going to get paid for in this industry is promoting. So start now and being a phenomenal promoter. That's the highest paid position in this company. The top person in this company is the absolute best promoter. That's a gem. How many people are coming to this event because of you? How many people showed up to this call because of you? How many people are showing up to the events because of you? That's the greatest thing that you can do. Get the people in the environment. You have to learn how to prospect. Develop the networking skill. That's the name of our industry. Network is not there for nothing. Network. When was the last time you went out to meet someone new? Intentionally. Go and network. Don't just go to get lit. Don't just go to get turned up. Don't just go to have fun. Go to walk away with 5 quality numbers. Become skilled at networking. Skill. This is a skill you have to develop intentionally over and over and over again. Presenting. Learn how to present the information in a way that you give them the bite size that they need, and don't just puke all over them with your overload of sounding so deep and intelligent and it going over their head. Keep it simple. We have a very intimidating industry that we're in for the everyday person. It's intimidating to think about trading for most people. They don't think they have the time. They don't think they have the mental capacity. They don't think they have the desire. They just want the results. They just want the results. So what do? Understand that facts tell, but stories sell. Become a great storyteller if you want to be a phenomenal presenter. Tell me a story. Tell me your story. Become great at telling your story. When I got involved in this industry, I was not at all interested in learning how to trade. But when I saw people that looked like me actually doing this, something kind of clicked. In fact, it was Garrett Roberts that I saw. I heard him on a call, and he talks the way he talks now. If you ever hear Garrett, he got a little mumble when he talks. So it just shifted everything that I thought you needed to be a trader. And he was freaking crushing it 6.5 years ago. Trading in the market. And I remember thinking to myself, well, hold up now. If he could do this, hold on. I'm a big number type of chick. You can't keep saying them kind of big numbers to me and I'm like, I'm good. No. Wait, what you said again? You did what and did what now? How did it go again? And then I began to do some research and I realized that trading in this industry, it is absolutely like trading. When you look at the movies, if you like just looking at movies, the top and the most wealthiest people in the world in real life they have access to the money markets. So I was like, oh, snap. This is a really big deal. And when I got in, I was still a bit intimidated. But when I realized that trading was not hard, but the hardest part was overcoming our own psychologies and having to unlearn some things and relearn some things, I was like, we're on to something. We're still ahead of our time. The world still has to catch up to what it is that we're doing. And so I'm excited about this company, just as excited as I was when I got started. I believe we have something extremely unique, extremely precious. And I believe that the next superstars in this company hasn't even joined yet. And the question that you have to ask yourself is, will they be joining with you? Will they be joining with you? Are you visible? Do your family members even know what you do for real, for real? Because I thought my family knew what I did. I assumed they was watching my social media and they just knew. They didn't know. They didn't know until I picked up the phone and personally invited them out somewhere that I was going to be. It doesn't matter if they say yes or no. Go through the numbers, go through the metrics, do the work. You develop the muscle. Their response is their business. Their response is not about you. You have to develop the skill where you're not emotionally entangled because somebody said yes or no. You think if you go to the restaurant and the waiter asks if you want to drink something or she recommends a particular appetizer and you say no, or she offended by that, it's not personal. That's your business. Your response is your business. Her job is to offer everybody something that's going to cause it to be an upsell. We know you want this. Let me see if you want a dessert too. She's just doing her job. Do your job. Your job is not to be emotionally entangled on their response. Their response is their business, not yours. Your business is run through the numbers. Your business is do the 4 to 6 presentations a week. Your business is to go to networking events and meet at least 5 quality people. Do the work. Your frequency is based on what you do frequently. And there's no way to finesse the system. There's no way to finesse the system. So I challenge you in this season, as we are in the holidays, and a lot of times people like to shift and slow down. That's the time you speed up. When everybody's slowing down and getting unfocused, that's the time you can come in and absolutely dominate. You got to make a decision on what you want this year to close out as. You can't focus on going into the new year without focusing on closing out 2022 strong. How can you make sure that the next 40-something, 50-something days, how many days left, that you absolutely dominated? What does your morning regimen look like? I can't wait to release to you guys my Million Mornings, so you can see what it really looks like behind the scenes. So as an entrepreneur, as a creator, right, you're able to stay on task and do what's necessary. So Julie, thank you so much for inviting me to the call. I'm so grateful for Christopher Terry and Isis Terry on their iconic vision of just being bold 9 years ago to start a company like this when they didn't have to. They're not doing this for the money. I can tell you right now, they're not doing it for the money. They're really, 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 really good. Next time you see Chris or Isis, make sure you just send them some love and gratitude for paving the way. Guys, we are the reason that people in our community even know what the heck trading is. We have paved the way for generations to come. We have put cultures and communities on to things that they were excluded from. We are absolutely blessed, and I am honored that God called us and chose us for a time such as this. I challenge you to honor that call. I challenge you to answer that call. And I challenge you to understand that for whatever reason, God saw fit for you to be the one in your family bloodline, the one that he gave this iconic, bold vision to. Don't play with it and don't sleep on it. You are the one in your family bloodline that he positioned for a time such as this to do something big, to do something mighty, and to do something grand. It's time out for playing small. It's time out for playing on the sidelines. It's time to go full out, get in the game, and remember who you are. God bless you guys. Thanks so much for being on. Julie, I love you. Thanks so much for inviting me. And I'm looking forward to celebrating you all in Orlando. Bye for now. Hey, Julie, we can't hear you.
Wow. Thank you. I am so glad that you spoke about what you spoke about. I didn't even know that you went through all of that at such a young age. You are like you're. I'm like speechless right now. I'm speechless because you've been through so much and you still haven't given up. Like you don't give up. You have the same energy that you had when I first saw you on a call 4 years ago. It's insane. So I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I'm thankful for sharing this call with you. You are amazing. And yes, something she said that's super valuable is this company is just the beginning. We're just a baby. Just imagine where we're going to go. The people that truly are here are those that truly love the product, that really utilize the product. So make sure you're a product of the product. Make sure you're plugged in. Make sure that you join every single goal that you have to join to be able to master the skill sets. Make sure you learn all the basics, all of that right there. Like that's all she said, and I was like, "Yep, she's right. She's right. That's all we need to be able to create success in this space." So I love you, China. Thank you. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, there's always a woman speaking, powerful woman speaking. Next week, we're going to have somebody amazing as well. So please don't miss out. Don't miss out. I'm also going to be dropping other recordings on YouTube this week. I promise you all, I'm going to be recording. I'm going to be dropping other recordings. I'm going to fix up my YouTube channel just for that. So that way, I'm not all over the place when it comes to the recordings. I promise you that those are all going to come this week. If you want to follow China Bethley, I'm going to give you guys her Instagram so you guys can follow her because she's awesome. So her IG is China, so CH, sorry about that, that's my son. CHYNABETHLE. China Bethley. I'm going to drop my YouTube channel. It's just my name. All right. It's only my name. So I'm going to drop it within the next few days. All right, guys. Thank you so much once again. And I shall see you next week. Bye.
Recording stopped.